LG Q6 is the latest mid-range entrant from the South Korean giant. Be it wide-angle lenses, full vision displays, or even the modularity of the G5, LG has been trying its hand at offering something different than just taking part in the spec race. Rather than being yet another Me Too phone, the company has been able to transition some of the features found on much higher end phones to a device that really isn't, with the LG Q6. Intrigued? Let's take a closer look. First, some key specifications. The LG Q6 is powered by a Snapdragon 435 chipset paired with 3GB of RAM. There's a skinned version of Android 7.1.1 on board, a 30MP camera at the back and 5MP camera at the front. The battery is a 3000 mAh unit. What really grabs the attention though is that gorgeous 5.5-inch 18:9 FHD Plus full vision display, which comes very close to the one on the G6. Indeed, the slim bezels and rounded screen corners make it look gorgeous. In terms of design, the Q6 could very easily be called one of the best in the category. The full vision display here is longer than a conventional smartphone that makes it easier to hold in your hand. The resolution has been adjusted accordingly, and the 18:9 ratio gives you more vertical space, which makes it easier to read long text passages. The bezel-less technology too plays an added role in making the phone easier to grasp and use. By minimizing bezels on either side, the width has effectively been reduced, which in addition to the 18:9 panel, makes the LG Q6 a very convenient device to hold. The longer screen and the 18:9 aspect ratio enables better split screen use as well, and this is something that LG has particularly made use of in the camera app. In the camera app, you can select a square mode which lets you view the results right below the viewfinder screen. Now talking about the camera, the front-facing shooter has a 5MP sensor and a 100-degree wide-angle lens, which allows you to fit much more into the frame. This is especially beneficial for group selfies where most other smartphones just wouldn't be able to capture everyone in the frame. The rear-facing 13MP camera too takes sufficiently decent shots. The left side is where you'll find the segregated volume rocker that is easy to reach because of the smaller form factor thanks to the full vision display. The phone employs on-screen controls and further minimizes bezels here. Along the bottom edge is the micro USB charging port and 3.5mm audio jack. The back of the LG Q6 is coated with a glossy finish. This might prevent scratches but does make the phone a bit of a fingerprint magnet. A mildly textured pattern underneath gives it a metallic sheen. You might have noticed that the phone does not ship with a fingerprint sensor, and that's because LG believes that its facial recognition feature is smart enough to use full time. Yes, all you have to do is to lift up the phone and the camera instantly recognizes your face and logs you in. In practice, we found this to work reliably well as long as the lighting conditions were good. The phone might not have scorching specifications, but in our time with it, the performance proved to be very well optimized and the skinned version of Android 7.1.1 was slick and smooth. There's a whole host of customization options available on board, including the likes of knock to turn off the display. In terms of storage, there's 22.3GB available on board at first boot, and you can expand that via the microSD card slot. While the full vision display adds visual appeal, the phone is also military spec 810G rated, which makes it very robust. We subjected the front of the phone to a hammer test, the back to a hammer test, and a scratch and then a drop test as well, which it survived without a single scratch. The Q6 employs Series 7000 aluminium in its construction, which makes it a very strong candidate for rough usage. In fact, the MIL 810G rating also makes it resistant to dust, humidity, mechanical shock, and some rain-induced splashes. Priced at Rs 14,990, the LG Q6 is a fantastic device for anyone who values looks and a robust build over outright performance.